Hey y'all, what's good? We back with another segment with NTX Sports Hub. My boy Adrian is gonna take it off for us.
All right. I got my AFC predictions, man. 6th seed, I got the Indianapolis Colts at 10-6. 5th seed, I got the Los Angeles Chargers at 11-5. 4th seed, I also have the Houston Texans at 11-5. Now these next 3 seeds are going to be very controversial, but at the 3rd seed, I got the New England Patriots at 13-3. 2nd seed, I have the Cleveland Browns at 13-3. And yeah, that's going to be very controversial, but I'll explain it next. And 1st seed, I'll have the Kansas City Chiefs at 13-3. Okay. Now NFC, 6th seed, I have the Carolina Panthers at 10-6. 5th seed, I have the Philadelphia Eagles at 12-4. 4th seed, I have the Los Angeles Rams at 11-5. 3 seed, I have the Chicago Bears at 11-5. 2 seed, I have the Dallas Cowboys if Zeke plays at 12-4. And at the 1st seed at 13-3, I have the New Orleans Saints. Any agreements? Any disagreements?
The Saints are overrated.
Why you say that?
Everyone forgets, Drew Brees threw the interception in overtime. That's not the only reason they lost.
Okay, well, let's be real. If that PI call never happened, or
It happens to all the other teams.
I feel
They don't
like,
get a pass.
but I feel like
They got robbed in that game.
they did get robbed, but I feel like the Saints aren't gonna have as good as a season as they did have last season.
The Rams will do
They're
that.
very beatable, and they've been exposed to that plenty of times. And I think every team in the NFL has got that stigma that the Saints are beatable. But if the Saints can rise to the occasion and feel like they have something to prove just because they did get that perhaps Super Bowl winning season taken away from them, that if they come back with that type of chip on their shoulder, they may be able to be dangerous.
The Browns, the 2 seed, a team with no experience.
yeah.
How?
I mean, I know they have no experience, no playoff experience, but come on, that team is deadly. Okay. My disappointing team for this season has to be the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-10. I just don't think that they're gonna be able to function as a team, especially without Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, and also Big Ben. His ego, I just feel like that's gonna ruin the team chemistry. It's just not gonna work, and Juju's probably gonna have problems as well towards the end of the season. I predict that.
No.
I agree because Le'Veon left, Antonio Brown left.
James Conner's just a younger version of Le'Veon. Juju's just a younger Antonio. He's going to be better. And he doesn't have an ego.
Yeah, but I feel like the coaching staff is what the issue.
Mike
is.
Tomlin never had a
Staff.
losing season in his
Yeah,
10 years.
but not about.
He doesn't
like,
just clap.
not about
all the
his
time. He actually
coach-
does
not
stuff.
about his
I don't know why
coaching.
he's trying to cap on Jason.
Not about his coaching.
Jason Garrett's a terrible coach.
Agreed.
If Jason Garrett
He's a
could
terrible
coach,
coach. No, he's a decent
if he
coach.
was given the opportunity to coach rather than having Jerry Jones, his owner, be such an involvement in the role that the Cowboys players have,
Factuals.
or the coaches themselves have,
They're
then
still-
he could probably be a
they're
pretty
still
decent
not. That's-
coach at play call making.
I feel
Last
like
time I
could
checked,
not. They
Dak
cannot.
Prescott has the second most wins since entering his rookie
Actually.
season.
He only threw 3 touchdowns for 2 games, twice this year.
But he's a
What's
winner.
your point? He's a winner. He's a
He's
leader.
not a winner.
He's a winner.
He doesn't care
What
about
they did
the
this year.
stats. He just
How many
wants to
playoff
win.
wins?
He's a winner.
He has one.
One.
You're a stat chaser.
Terrible.
Okay, and he's only
That's
been
the
in the league for
that's the
3
same
years.
argument between why LeBron is better than MJ because it's stats.
Dak, don't
But-
even compare Dak.
But
to
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan was a winner, right?
Yeah, he was.
6 for 6,
But
right?
Dak is not a winner.
Why is he not a
What do you
winner?
mean he's not
When
a
he
winner?
has the second
First
most
year,
wins
first
since
year, 13-3. Second year,
His
9-7.
first year, what did they
which-
do? Did they win a playoff game?
Oh,
No.
we still went 13-3 though.
Yeah,
And
but you can't
honestly,
win a
honestly,
playoff
it was the
game.
defense's fault that we didn't win a playoff.
It
game
doesn't
that
matter
year,
if you
so-
don't win a playoff game.
Dak Prescott
It
was the
just
reason why
doesn't
we
matter.
were even in
Last-
that game against the Packers.
It
Last
doesn't matter.
last season the Cowboys had 12 wins, with the exception of having Amari Cooper in the second half of the season. Dak Prescott had no offensive weapons besides Ezekiel Elliott in the first half of the season. And when he got Amari Cooper, things quickly elevated. So I believe coming into this next season with Randall Cobb, the development of Michael Gallup, the Tavon Austin coming back healthy, having Amari Cooper, as well as Jason Witten, another veteran who's going to teach those younger guys the ropes. The Cowboys are going to be very dangerous,
Definitely.
especially with the young, greedy defense.
No.
We have the best linebacking core
Best
in
I don't
the
even have the
NFL.
confidence to make the
Leighton
playoffs.
Vander
They won't even
Sean
make the
Lee.
playoffs.
Come on, man.
They won't even make the playoffs.
Lawrence,
We won't make
D-Law.
the. We won't make the playoffs.
You just can't trust them.
That's blasphemy.
They're a choking team.
That's blasphemy.
Okay.
They're
Hear that?
choking.
Okay,
They're
that's
joking.
that's,
They're
that's
choking.
very blasphemous. but-
Even if they do make the playoffs,
Hey,
they
you do
won't make
you.
it.
But I gotta say, for my predictions in the AFC, I'm gonna start first to 6. All right, I have Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, and I have those guys winning at the first seed in the AFC conference. They have a very explosive offense, and they're pretty great. Don't expect anything different from those guys. I have the Patriots, of course, the defending Super Bowl champs, coming in second. That's another veteran team, another great organization, a lot of chemistry. Just don't see them guys falling back. Next, pretty big, but I have the Colts at the third seed. They have a very strong defense. They came off of a good year, and I feel like they have a lot of let's get what's the word I'm looking for? Momentum rolling on from last season going into this next season. For the 4th seed, I have the Browns. They have a stacked offense this year. Baker Mayfield bringing the team to what, seven wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie. That's pretty great for a team who's only known for no wins or 1 win at all. And then getting the asset of Odell Beckham, having Jarvis Landry. That's like the best receiving decor you can have. Next, at the 5th seed, I have the Texans. The Texans, they have D. Hopkins, who I believe had 113 passing attempts and caught 112, and the one that he didn't catch, it was nowhere near him. So I mean, those guys are definitely have a lenient guy there. For the last seed, I kind of had a toss up here between the Chargers or the Raiders.
The
Raiders.
Hell no.
Hell no.
You see, y'all say that, but like, you got Antonio Brown. That's a game changer.
He can't carry a team.
That's a game changer.
What about Derek?
Who's
That's a
quarterback?
game changer.
Derek Carr's a question.
Honestly,
That's a game changer.
That's about it, though.
That's
What
a
about their
game changer.
defense?
Derek Carr's a question.
Who do they have on defense?
No one.
Once they start,
You don't need a defense in
Yes,
the
you
AFC.
do.
Once
They did
teams
draft-
start
In
double
the
teaming
AFC, you
Antonio
don't need a
Brown,
defense.
They did just draft Josh Jacobs from Alabama.
That's true.
One player.
Yeah.
But in the defense, you don't. In the AFC, you don't need a defense. That's like the Pac-12 in college. It's a bunch of explosive offenses. Now, when it comes to the NFC, you do need a defense, and that takes me to my NFC predictions. You're gonna tell me I'm biased, but I'll tell you you're wrong. I have the Dallas Cowboys going number 1.
yes, sir.
I have the Dallas Cowboys going number 1. I already explained. We have the best linebacker We have the best linebacker core. We got 2 of the best slept on corners in the NFL. Yes, Chidobe Awuzie and Byron Jones are very well slept on. The only position I think we lack at right now is safety, but with a few adjustments and some development from Jeff Heath and who is it, Kevon Frazier, I believe those guys can step up in a big way, and we have a great offense, the best offensive line in the game, arguably. It'll be fine.
Especially Frederick coming back as well.
Yep. For second seed, I have the Chicago Bears. They went out in a tough way. That's all I'm gonna say. Kicker couldn't get the job done, but hey, he gets those things fixed. If he makes that field goal, the Chicago Bears are in the Super Bowl.
They cut him. So
They're in the Super Bowl.
what about the offense?
That's what I'm saying.
The offense?
Defense. I mean, you can't
Defense
score on that
wins
defense.
championships.
Defense wins championships.
You gotta
Everybody
put
knows that.
up points with your offense though.
Yeah, you got.
I mean,
Makes
but,
it easy
but
to have
if
three
you have an
defense.
elite defense, they can put up points. For my third, I have the Saints, of course. I mean, they have a chip on their shoulder, and like I said, it can be do or die for those guys, depending on how they want to approach the next season. So I feel like they'll have something to fight for. Next, I have the Rams. The Rams have been consistently good the past 2 years. They have a young quarterback, young running back, good offensive line. They have some definite threats on their D line who are very well. Good secondary. I feel like they'll be contenders as well. Next, I have the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been in a up and down battle between ever since the Legion of Boom has left. But I feel like if they can find their identity and who they are, they can be pretty dangerous as well. For the 5th seed, I have the Panthers. I feel like healthy Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, that's a good duo right there. They have some playmakers in the outside who can make plays. They have the best linebacker in the NFL, probably in the last, 6 to 5 years, something like that. Luke Kuechly, great guy. And for my last one, I'll have to go with the Cardinals. I feel like the Cardinals are going to come out strong. Kyler Murray has been winning since he's played ball in Allen. That guy's not a loser, and I feel like who he is as a leader and a player is going to do something tremendous for that Arizona foundation and the environment in that program, especially with David Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, he's old, but that's definitely a guy who's guaranteed to get open and get you some touchdowns. So those are my predictions.
Is that your sleeper team as well?
My sleeper team is the Browns. No, everybody says they have a high expectation, but everybody who's seen sports before knows that high expectations aren't always like what's gonna happen. I mean, like you can even see with the Miami Heat, everybody had high expectations for them. Yeah, they made it to the finals, but they got whooped by the Mavericks in the finals. But I feel like those guys have a lot to prove. Some people may feel, yeah, they got a lot of guys, but they're still not gonna do anything. They're the Cleveland Browns. You gotta respect them as a sleeper team in this format, considering they're a team who hasn't just been there yet. And I feel like they're a sleeper team. The disappointment team, who I feel like is gonna be, I feel like the disappointment team will be the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are gonna make it to the Super Bowl this year, but I feel like they will make it to possibly the AFC Championship. I'm not sure, but I feel like they're the team that's just not gonna get it done just because Tom Brady's getting in those years, and these other guys they just got something to prove. That's what's up.
I'm gonna move on to my NFC.
I don't
projection.
respect with what you said about Baker Mayfield. He didn't carry the Browns to those 6 wins.
I mean, you can say that, but if you look back, like in previous years, from several quarterbacks who have gone through that program, if you tell me that Baker Mayfield was not a big impact on what the Browns did last year, then you're oblivious to everything that has been happening in the past decade with the Cleveland Browns.
Everybody else they added this year, they didn't just receive Baker. They got Nick Chubb, Myles Garrett came back healthy. Jarvis Landry was re-signed that year that Baker got signed. So Baker came into the system.
Okay,
he didn't come in with.
But tell me this: didn't Baker Mayfield get the rookie record for the most passing touchdowns in a single season? 26 touchdowns.
Mahomes, I think it should have been considered his rookie season because last year he didn't really play.
But it wasn't.
But
like I said, and he took a team who was known for 1 to 0 wins. Baker Mayfield is a game changer. Believe it or not, he has a tremendous story, tremendous background. He was a walk-on at Texas Tech, worked his way up, went over to Oklahoma, competed, and now he's playing for the Cleveland Browns, America's most probably unliked team in the NFL, and he did some big things by giving them 7 wins. Not saying that he was the only reason, but I'm saying he was a major factor.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to my NFC projections. I got the Rams at number 1 in the NFC. They're gonna go to the Super Bowl at 12-4. The Saints, I don't think they'll do that good, but they'll get the number 2 seed. I don't believe in the hype for the Saints. Drew Brees, his time's up. They don't have a good enough defense. I mean, he threw the pick that cost him the game. I don't think it was the call, but. And then I got the Eagles, number 3, 10-6. They're gonna edge out the Cowboys for the division. And then the Bears at number 4. I think they'll make second round with the offense. They just can't trust it. And then my sleeper team, the Vikings at 9-7. Kirk Cousins, he's finally gonna do something good. Still overpaid, but And then the Panthers at number 6, 9-7. I think with a healthy Cam Newton, they'll make it. And then the team that barely missed the playoffs, the Cowboys, they wouldn't have done anything either way. Would have lost first round. So
Let me ask you this. This 9-7 record is this with Zeke or without him?
with Dak and Zeke.
With Dak and Zeke. You
Yes.
think we're gonna go 9-7?
Yes.
Have you
Okay,
seen
if you have Dak and
That's a
Zeke, I'll
bold
go
statement.
10-6.
10-6?
But
With-
I think that's
With
still
our
pretty
new
low.
acquired weapons,
We have
with
a
our new offensive coordinator.
So with Zeke, they won't even make playoffs.
no.
Zeke has consistently.
That's a bold prediction.
That's
If they do, they're gonna lose in the first round.
That's a bold.
They're gonna lose in the first round.
To who?
They're just
We're
the
going
most
all the way.
untrustable playoff team in the NFL.
Full sin.
Most untrustable playoff team in the NFL.
My MVP candidate is Saquon Barkley. He's gonna have an outstanding year this year. He broke Emmitt Smith's record for rushing yards rookie season. He is going to put up at least 1,600 yards this year.
With that Giants
1,600.
24 touchdowns. You hear
Stay off the weed!
1,600.
Stay off the weed.
24 touchdowns.
Wow.
The Giants are the biggest sleeper team in the NFL right now.
No,
No. No.
Give me some of that weed, bro.
Nobody is expecting us to do anything, but Saquon is going to come
Wow.
out, lead the team. Odell is gone. He was cancerous for the team. So was Landon Collins.
Wait, what record are the Giants gonna have?
6-2.
At least 11 wins.
Whoa.
done.
At
I'm
least
done.
11 wins.
I'm
Just-
done!
I would just say
Segment over,
Yeah,
man.
segment over. Just remember, Cowboys are ass.
Thank you for watching NCX Sports Hub. We're going to have weekly content 2 times a week.
If you like this video, make sure you like, comment down your predictions below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more content.
And make sure you also follow all of our social media pages. The link is going to be down in the description.
And until next time.
Give me some of that weed.